knight here is Anish. I'm not sure if he wanted to play that type of position, Eric, because he really went for something, but I couldn't tell if he actually planned to or if he maybe underestimated or missed this idea in the center and said, well, I just lost the pawn. Let me try to justify it. And he just got himself carried away.
You're right. I mean, at some point, players tilt, the frustration sets in, and that might have been a moment of frustration. And just not in a position where you can afford dropping these points. Yeah, now we're at the 9.5 to 3.5. We're approaching must-win territory. I was saying keep it around 5 because I rate his bullet pretty highly, Anish that is.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm also rating is Nepo. He's playing just world-class blitz right now.
Yeah, he is. There's just nothing he's doing wrong. We've talked about blunders, mistakes. I can only recall them coming from Anish's side. And Nepomniachtchi he's had tough positions, but he's resilient. He also plays super quick so that if he's ever in a bad position, he always has at least time as a win condition.
Yeah, I will say this position visually is different than other positions we've looked at. Anish has mobilized his kingside majority. This 4 and 3. So at least there's potential to play e5, f5, bring the knights in. It's a slow position that I've always been advocating for, but here with even more opportunity to gain space, improve the position, find squares for those knights. It's not a position where where Nepomniachtchi has tactical resources, active counterplay. It's more static, and always saying, against Nepomniachtchi, strategically, you're supposed to aim for maybe some dry positions where you have to put up boring defense. You don't have fun. Might be equal, but let Nepomniachtchi take some risk.
I'm surprised we haven't seen e5. It's a natural looking move. We see it now, but it was definitely a little bit better, I think, before when the bishop would have to retreat to c7 instead of c5.
Yeah, the space advantage favors keeping more pieces on the board. You want to mobilize. You want to play f5 here. The problem is that the queens are traded off. This space advantage in the center isn't that valuable, and you start worrying about your pawns are on dark squares. If you push them too far and the queens are off, they could be weak. So again, Black is handling this super well. The pawns have pushed to e5, but the space isn't being felt because Black has control of the d file, has a stable square for this bishop on b4, and you're rooting for. If you're rooting for Giri, you're like, okay, I need something here. Well, we need this imbalance. We need questions asked. We need positions where Black has tough decisions.
Yeah. I think we have to take this, but after takes, knight d6, the question is whether you can play just bishop takes d6 in that case. So knight e3 instead.
Yeah, I mean, we have another endgame here, but Black has an extra pawn on the queen side, and even though this knight is really good on d5, this shouldn't be much.
No,
In fact, if you overplay it, Black will be the one pressing.
Yeah, I could see Black winning, especially because time is going to get low, and you have that outside pass pawn, b5, a5, a4. That's going to be very difficult to deal with.
I'm even okay with this position, but the last game really hurts. That was a loss where, like here, the way Anish handles these positions is he's going to try to press. If there's nothing there, I don't expect him to press this position because of the risk of the bishop and the outside pass pawn doing damage. I don't think he's going to try to play this for a win. But that last game with Black, he tried to play that